Students, in this class we are going to see SAR of H1 antihistamines or H1 antagonist. So for that we'll have a general structure of H1 antihistamines. That is, it is having X and the X is connected to AR and AR dash, and that X is connected to CH2N times and that with nitrogen, and that is having R and R dash. So we can divide the structure into 4. So this one, no, AR dash, that would be aryl groups, and X, no, so that is, from that we are going to see the nature of X, and CH2N times, that would be carbon chain or alkyl chain, and the last one is called terminal nitrogen. So we'll see one by one. First we'll see the aryl groups. So here it is having AR and AR dash, both are aryl. But here no, we have aryl group. This may be phenyl or substituted phenyl or heteroaryl. Heteroaryl means that is called heterocyclic. So what about the AR? AR is aryl. That is phenyl or substituted phenyl or heterocyclic. Now come to AR dash. That is also aryl or that is aryl methyl. Here we have diaryl. No, both are aryl. So diaryl. Okay, so this should be essential for H1 receptor affinity. So that diaryl substitution, no, that is important for binding with the H1 receptor. Here this aryl rings, no, that can be linked. That is, these two aromatic rings are fused and we are getting a tricyclic ring structure. So example for that is called promethazine. So look at the structure of promethazine. Here we have two aryl and that will be fused and we are getting a tricyclic ring structure. So that is present in promethazine. Next we'll see the nature of X. So here X we have no, so that is an connecting atom. So that serves as a spacer group for required pharmacophore. It may be oxygen or carbon or nitrogen. If it is oxygen, that can be called amino alkyl ether analog. If it is having carbon, that can be called mono amino propyl analogs. If it is nitrogen, that can be called ethylene diamine derivative. So what about that X? That is the connecting atom. What is the use? It acts as a spacer group for required pharmacophore. So this X, no, that may be oxygen or carbon or nitrogen. If it is oxygen, that can be called amino alkyl ether derivative or analog. If it is carbon, that can be called mono amino propyl analogs, and that would be nitrogen, means they are called ethylene diamine derivatives. Next is carbon chain. So here that can be called as alkyl chain. Most of the structures are having ethylene chain. And this ethylene, no, so that may be saturated or unsaturated. If you are extending the chain or if any branching is there, means we are getting a less active compound. But there may be one exception, that is called promethazine. Look at the structure of promethazine. It is having a branching. Even though it is having a branching, it is more potent than its non-branched counterpart. Homologation has played an important role in the development of neuroleptics and tricyclic antidepressants. For example, look at the structure of chlorpromazine, same as that of promethazine, but here it is having a straight chain, that is homologation. So it is having homologation and this one is acting as a neuroleptic. This would be the structure for chlorpromazine. Next, we are going to see the terminal nitrogen. This nitrogen, no, that should be tertiary. So it is a tertiary amine for maximum antihistaminic activity, or it may be a part of heterocyclic ring structure. So that may be piperazine or pyrrolidine or piperidine or phenothiazine or dibenzocycloheptene. If it is piperazine, the examples are cyclizine, chlorcyclizine, meclizine, buclizine. For pyrrolidine, the example would be clemastine. For piperidine, it would be cyproheptadine. For phenothiazine, the examples are promethazine and trimiprazine. If it is a dibenzocycloheptene, the example is cyproheptadine. So what about that nitrogen? The nitrogen should be a tertiary one for maximum antihistaminic activity, or it may be a part of heterocyclic ring. And the examples for heterocyclic rings would be piperazine, pyrrolidine or piperidine, phenothiazine or dibenzocycloheptene. And the distance between the central point of diaryl ring system, this would be the diaryl ring system and this would be the central point. So the distance between the central point of diaryl ring system and the terminal nitrogen, so the distance between these two, no, so that should be ranges from 5 to 6 angstrom. So that's all about the SAR of H1 antihistamines.